and welcome to YarnGasm. I'm Kristen, and this is episode 120. It is week one of going full-time with Voolenvine yarns, so I made it to Thursday. So yeah, I have lots to say about that. But first of all, it's October 30th, the day before Halloween, so happy Halloween in advance to everybody. I hope you have your costumes ready, and if you don't celebrate Halloween, you're missing out on all the candy and all the fun. But hey, to each their own. Anyway, yeah, so it's Thursday. I'm finally getting a podcast out I'm trying to get a podcast out on a weekly basis. And I have show notes. So, pardon the paper ruffle. But yeah, before I dive into what I'm working on and stuff like that, just a couple of updates. First of all, new background. I'm trying, as I mentioned last week, I want to just streamline everything that I do now because I have the time, I have the equipment, and yeah. So first of all, I want to do a podcast every single week, just to keep you up to date, be more frequent, more consistent with my podcasting. None of these, slapdash episodes. I want to make this podcast excellent quality for you guys. I want audio to be good. I want video to be good. I want lighting to be good. I was a major in film and video, so this should not be an issue. But anyway, there's that. And then, yeah, just that. So without further ado, let's get into quick updates. I want to give a quick shout out to Claire. Claire, who's Claire McAvoy on Ravelry. She hosts blah blah blah. She hosts the New Hampshire Knits podcast, which is a new podcast. She kindly emailed me on Ravelry to let me know about her show, and that she mentioned my yarn and me on her show. So of course I had to listen, and it's a really really wonderful podcast so far. She's only on episode 3, but still really just a pleasure to listen to. I was dyeing yarn today, and I just had her going on in the background, and I've been very hooked on video podcasts lately, but it was kind of like a nice departure just to kind of, listen to audio again. So thank you, Claire, for the wonderful shout out. And she mentioned that she saw me at Rhinebeck, but didn't want to come up to me and say hello. How dare you? How dare you? Come up. Why didn't you come up and say hello to me? I would have loved to have met you in person. But yeah. I'm very approachable, guys. Just come up and say hello. That's all. But yeah, so there's that. And yeah, definitely I will post a link to her show in the show notes, which I will be on like wildfire this time around because I know I've been kind of slacking on the show notes because I barely had enough time, but now I do. So yay. But yeah, first week full time. I've been kind of the beginning of the week, I took it a little bit slowly, just only because there was the pop-up shop prep, there was Rhinebeck, and then Monday rolled around, and I'm just like, you know what? I needed a couple of days to myself to just kind of wind down, just got a couple of selfish days to myself, which I did. But I'll get into it more later, but it really wasn't relaxing. It was just kind of like sewing my Halloween costume, sewing Dennis's Halloween costume, and just tidying up because the first thing that I promised myself is once I start doing this full time, I'm just going to clean house, organize everything because otherwise I won't be able to work sanely. So yeah, it was mostly just cleaning, organizing, sewing, and all that good stuff. But today and yesterday, I really dove into the dye pot, pun totally unintended. But anyway, yeah, so I won't mention any more shop update stuff until the end of the episode because I know there are some of you out there who just want to see what I'm knitting, what I'm spinning, and all that good stuff. So I will save that for the end. And also, I will be talking about a collaboration between me and Laura of the Dyer's Notebook podcast and Jinx Yarns. And another collaboration also with Laura and Ellie from the FO and Dye podcast. And she's also a hand dyer as well. And Dave, who is awesome. He wanted me to say that. Dave, you are awesome. You heard it here first, guys. So, there's that. And then, yeah. So, okay, without further ado, here is what I am currently knitting. I haven't because again, I've just kind of been all over the place. I really only had energy to work on, well, I kind of caught a bug, another bug, not an illness, but a fiber illness, if you will. I started knitting Hexipuffs. I don't know how or why that happened. But yeah, I have a whole 5 so far. But it all started with sleep season. Because if you remember last episode, I showed you the goodie bag from Gauging and blah 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 blah. Oh, okay. Let's rewind. Because if you remember last week, I showed you the goodie bag that I got from Gauge Intention, the pop-up shop that's in Brooklyn, which is being run by Michelle Wang, who designs for Brooklyn Tweed. The lineage just carries back, and so you'll have to look that up. But anyway, Michelle Wang owns Gauge Intention. We got goodie bags, and Sleep Season was one of the mini skeins that came with the goodie bag, and it said enough yardage to knit 1 Hexipuff. So I had the skein in my hand, and I'm just like, why not? I've never knit a Hexipuff before, so why not start now? So I knit this. This is by Sleep Season in her Gauge colorway, the namesake for Gauge Intention, which is really pretty. Lots of speckles, neon greens, browns, and it knit up really lovely. I don't have the tag on me, but it's a good sock yarn, fingering weight, and yeah, it's squishy. And I'm not stuffing these to the max. I'm just kind of giving it like a subtle, just sticking a little bit of fluff in there, or polyfill if you want to call it. So yeah, I've just been doing that. And then I've also been knitting up some Jinx yarn leftovers that I've had from all her socks and shawls that I knit with. I forgot what colorway this was, but this was like another sock colorway. I won't take you through all these because there are many Hexipuffs we had. This is some Socks That Rock stuff colorway that I knit up, and then the leftover lavender tee from the Jinx Yarn single ply merino that I used to knit my Daybreak shawl with. So these are just kind of little, if Dennis is home and we're watching TV, I'll whip out a Hexipuff or two. And that's it. So I honestly don't have a plan in mind for this. If it turns out to be a quilt, awesome. If it doesn't, at least I'll have enough to make like a little seat cushion or something. I don't know. A mat for the cat. Who knows? But anyway, they're fun. They're fun. If you're tired of knitting socks, I highly recommend it. I totally forgot to announce the winners for the Classic Must Knits Cal. That was supposed to be my first priority. That's what I forgot to mention. Okay, I'll leave that for the next segment, but stay tuned. I have 3 winners for the Classic Must Knits Cal. Wow, I'm already discombobulated this week. It's ridiculous. But anyway, okay, knitting. That is it for knitting this week. So on to spinning. I have spinning. I do. This is the fiber that I've been kind of spinning on and off with. This is from Quarry Fibers, distinctive hand-dyed yarn in Concrete Jungle, 100% superwash merino, 4 ounces. So I showed this off last time, I think. But just like a whole mishmash of, I don't know, it spoke to me online. It kind of matches my butterfly painting in the back. Yeah, lots of, little out of my comfort zone, little shock of lime green there. And I really like the way it's spinning up. I took it off my wheel, just so I could show you guys. And I've been spinning it on my Lendrum. There we go. So yeah, it's spinning up really mishmashy, and I love it. It's like got red, mauves, I was surprised, lavenders, some greens. I think I'm gonna use, I don't know what I'm gonna knit with this. Maybe because it's so mishmashy, just a pair of socks. And this is my Acreworks bobbin that I purchased. They're 3D printed, pink, and I kind of like the way it goes with the fiber on there. It's kind of cool. So that's one thing that I'm spinning. I also took a little spindling break. Well, I don't think no, I did not spin this on a spindle. I popped the bobbin off, but then I had like a little bump of fiber that was calling my name out. So I spun this little puppy up. No, I forget who it's from. I really do, but I'm sorry, but it's pink. And this lighting isn't doing, it's just very shadowy in here. I gotta figure out a better light stitch, but it's like a juicy, juicy pink, like with apricot, or there's kind of like peach in there, then magenta. There we go. So, and it might be enough to knit a Hexipuff. Maybe I can knit some hand spun Hexipuffs. I don't know. So we'll see. Um, that I believe is it for spinning. Yes. So quick episode. I mean, well, no, I have more stuff to talk about, but like, you know, what I've been working on has been a quick episode. So I apologize for that. But anyway, on to, I want to announce the winners for the Classic Must Knits Cal that I co-hosted with Molly from a Homespun House podcast. It started back in, when was it, August? Yeah, it started back in August and went all the way through October 1st. You didn't have to finish, you just had to participate in the knit along. We each had respective threads where you could post your projects to. Basically, the idea was to choose a pattern that you've always wanted to knit, that everyone's been knitting, that's super popular, be it like Jared Flood's Cobblestone Pullover, Isolde Teague's Ishbel Shawl, anything by Elizabeth Zimmerman, Hannah Fettig's, what was it, Featherweight Cardigan, Daybreak, Hermione's Everyday Socks. The list goes on and on and on. There's like no end to it. But choose a, you know, the idea was to choose one of these patterns that you've always wanted in it and just cast it on or finish it. So yeah, we did that, and I was gonna knit a featherweight cardigan, but I already had like 3 cardigans on the go, and I was like, this is not happening. I can't mentally wrap my brain around it, so I'm gonna cast on something a little bit more attainable. So as I showed you guys last week, this was my project. Harold the Nervous Narwhal. The pattern is actually called Napoleon the Nervous Narwhal by Rebecca Danger, but he wanted to be Harold, so we have Harold. And this is on my hand-dyed, dirty on purpose worsted weight. A discontinued base, but I have a new base called Deco worsted, which is superwash, pretty much the same thing. Superwash 100% merino. So this was my project. I finished him on time. But yeah, there were so many people who joined in the knit along. I couldn't just pick 1 winner or 2 winners. I had to pick 3 winners because it blew me away how many people joined the knit along. So yeah, I have winners to announce. And I used a random number generator. I already picked the winners just for consistency's sake, or for, what do you call it? Because it would take me forever to just do this on my iPhone and stuff like that. So trust me, I used a random number generator, and I believe it was like 1 through 82 entrants, and I picked 3 winners. So the first prize that I'm giving away is from Rock and String Creations. Erin so kindly offered up one of her hand-dyed pencil rovings, and she sent me one to test out. And this is, I believe it's alpaca. I forgot to write this down. Oh, no, I have it. I remembered something. But this is her pencil roving, which is lovely and super soft and squishy, and I love spinning it up. I haven't finished spinning it up because I want to have a project in mind for it because it's so soft, but I did a sample or a test spin with it, and it's really lovely. I was trying to do a little bit of a thicker ply with it, but it's so soft, and whatever I choose is going to be really awesome to wear. Maybe a pair of mittens. But yeah, it's Rock and String Creations, and 70% alpaca, 30% merino. And here is her label. Go. And the winner of this lovely fiber, if you will, is number 45, Ine. That's Eenae, Nina. And she knit an Ishbel shawl by Isolde Teague. So yes, congratulations. I will ping you on Ravelry to let you know that you won. And I will also let Erin know that you won as well, so she can send you your prize. So yay, congratulations. Okay, so that's that. And the second prize that I'm giving away is from the awesome Sarah of Loft. Hey, Okay, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm flubbing up all my words today. So anyway, the next prize that I'm giving away is from Lovesock Wool. She creates the most amazing project bags. I mean, they're adorable. And she so generously donated two to me. She let me keep one, and I'm going to be giving away the other. This one's going to be mine. I decided I'm going to go with the pink only because pink, it's grown on me. And I love, it's like a muted movie pink. So this has to be mine. I'm sorry, guys. But one lucky winner has won this lovely bag. I don't want to take it out of the wrapping because I want to protect it from the elements, but this is her. Lovestock wool. And then what I really love is that she has these little bottle cap keychains or attachments to the zipper, which makes it really, really cute and special. So the winner of this awesome bag is Anna Maggie, number 76, who knitted Daybreak. So yay, congratulations, you win that. I will ping you to let you know that you won this. Email me back on Ravelry with your address and I will send this to you. So yay, congrats to you. Okay, so that's another one. And then the third one is from my private stash because I love it, but it can no longer be mine because it's just been sitting there and languishing in my stash and it needs a new home. Nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful. I just loved it when I bought it, and now I'm just kind of like, it's really not my cup of tea anymore. So yeah. This is this is Rambling Roses, Rambling Rose Yarns from Teresa Rosello in Pasadena, Maryland, in her lavender colorway. Yeah, lavender. I'm addicted to the lavender. I have way too much lavender in my stash, but this is beautiful. I don't know, like it's almost like a pinkish lavender, which I could wear, but I don't know. I would knit a shawl with this. This is too pretty to be a pair of socks, but it's a little too pink for my liking to be a shawl or to wear. So I want to give this too because it is really pretty, and it's 100% super wash wool. And how many yards? I don't know how many yards. It should be about 400 yards. It doesn't say on here, but anyway, it's very lovely. There's like flecks of blue in there. Yeah, so really pretty. But yes, the winner of the Rambling Rose Yarns is number 14, Archaeo, Archaeo, Katie, who knit Hermione's Everyday Socks. But yeah, I mean, so congrats, yay! Again, I will email you, to let you know that you won, and then just email me with your address, and I will send this to you. So yay, congrats! And now for some stash enhancements. I swear, guys, this is the last thing I buy before I go on a fiber diet. I can't do it anymore. Rhinebeck, oh my gosh, no. I told myself I wasn't going to do it, but then I saw this. I just have to stay away from the Etsy because it's dangerous. It really is. And Hobbledehoy, one of my favorite fiber artists, she posted something that I just could not resist. Yeah. So apologies for the crinkling, but she posted this and I was like, mine, add to cart, bye. Whew. Okay, so this is, let me see, Hobbledehoy Fibers, Liz Stottlemyre, Limestone Clips, merino wool, 50% merino wool and 50% tencel, 4 ounces. Yeah, can you see why? Because I can't. I don't know. It's like lime green, heather gray, purple mauve. I really need to put a cap on it, guys. I really do. But it had to be mine. So, yeah, it came home with me. So, or it came to me, I should say, because I ordered it. And it just found its way to my doorstep. And I was like, hi, take me in. I'm like, oh, okay, Fiber, you're pretty. Come home with me. So, I talked to my yarn apparently now. Oh, it's all downhill from here. It really is. So yeah, there's that. And then what's also awesome about Hobbledehoy, she always gives like an extra little bonus bump of fiber. This is really cute. I'm gonna start. You know what? I'm gonna start spinning these and just knitting them into Hexipuffs and just create like a hand spun Hexipuff quilt. That's really dangerous. But yeah, so that came with that. Okay, so that is it for stash enhancements for a while, fingers crossed. But yeah, now on to shop updates. So if you are not interested, totally get it. As I say every week, you can vominos, get back to your knitting, spinning, whatever it is you do when you're not watching podcasts, or watch another podcast. That's also fun. So I will see you next week. But if you would like to see what's happening in my dye shop, stick around because I'm gonna show you all the pretties. So yeah, and you can tell that daylight is waning. I should really do this stuff in the morning when the daylight is on this side of the apartment. So but yeah, anyway, shop updates. I dyed some fiber this week. So yeah, fiber is slowly but surely making its way into my shop. I know many of you have been asking me when I'm going to start dyeing fiber, so I started, and I think I'm going to continue to do so. It's a little tricky to get used to. It's a totally different animal. Wow, no, I can't describe it as that. It's not a different animal, obviously, but it's a different experience when you're dyeing fiber versus yarn. So let me show you what I dyed up. Here's one. This is Corriedale Cross. I haven't named it yet, but this will be in my shop tomorrow. I have to photograph it and everything. But yeah, it's like purple, see like a minty green and like a cobalt blue, and then just like this really awesome greenish brown that I love. So Corriedale Cross is, I've never dyed with it before. It's not super soft, but it's very lofty, if you will. And I can see the spinning up it's like one of those fibers that just kind of puff up after you spin it and then soak it. So 4 ounces, it's lovely. And what I really like about this, it dries super fast. Every fiber that I've ever dyed takes eons and eons and eons to dry. Like, not that 2 days is eons, but yeah, like by day 2, it's just barely clinging on to the moisture. So, but somebody was pinging me on Instagram today asking me about this. Felt Buddies. Hi. She asked me like how she was curious like to find out how long fiber takes to dry because my fiber takes to dry because hers takes forever. So yeah, this one I find to dry super quick. The one thing I'm not that I don't like it, but I wasn't expecting it. It doesn't dye as saturated as some other fibers. Unless there's a trick that I have to research and figure out why, because hey, newbie, I'm kind of like, I've dyed fiber before, but like I'm sort of kind of a newbie fiber dyer, so I've just got to research that. But anyway, that's one colorway. The other colorway that I dyed on Corriedale Cross is this one, which is kind of similar, but instead of like blue and green, I use magenta. So it's got like magenta kind of look to it. And I feel like daylight is waning here, guys. It's getting super dark. Let me see if I can adjust. Bear with me 1 minute. Okay, that's a little better. But yeah, so that's the fiber that I dyed yesterday, and I dyed some more today, which is drying on the roof. That might take a little bit longer. I believe it's 50% silks and 50% Polwarth. So that might be a little bit. It might not be dry until Saturday, but hopefully the fact that it's on the roof and it's a nice day out, it'll be a little bit drier than expected. But yarn, yeah. So I dyed up some more Outlander for you guys because I know how much you love Outlander. I dyed up a little bit more. I dyed up 3 skeins, so that will be in the shop this week. I have to be honest. I love the colorway. I'm a little bit burnt out on dyeing it. So I'm going to take a break from dyeing Outlander. I mean, if you really, really want it, custom order it. Just PM me through Etsy. Let me know that you want it dyed up, and I will be happy to dye it up for you. I know I have a custom order fee, but that won't apply to Outlander because it's a colorway that I repeat all the time. The custom order fee, I charge like 20% for something where it's like, okay, you have this photo and you want me to replicate it for you, or you have an idea and you want me to create that for you. That's when the 20% custom order fee will apply. But if it's a colorway that I've already dyed, don't worry about it. I won't charge you a fee. So yeah, if you want me to dye any more Outlander up, just let me know via Etsy and I will be happy to do that for you. But I'm just going to take a little break on it just until maybe mid-November, end of November, because yeah, I want to create more colorways for you guys. I don't want to just be, you know, the Outlander colorway dyer, if you know what I mean. So I took a little break from dyeing that this week, and I just kind of got a little creative in the dye pot and created some new colorways. So I will show those to you right now. So the first one, oh, and I have a new base out. So it's 100% superwash merino, but it's a 3-ply. So it's super soft, and I can't wait to show you guys. I haven't named some of these yet because they're so new, but here's one. It's like a purple, minty green colorway. Yeah. There we go. So it's got kind of like speckles, kind of in the same spirit of Outlander. I use the same dye technique, but you have like minty greens, forest greens, purples, plums, browns, very foresty. And ignore this. This comes off. I just use this to dye. When I put it in the dye pot, it keeps everything together and it doesn't melt. It's just like one of those ribbon things that you tie around birthday presents and stuff like that. So there's that. I have it on Lush, and then I also dyed it up on Blitzed, which has Stellina, nylon, and it's superwash merino. So same. And then this is my new base that I'm smitten with. It's just a basic 3-ply merino. I don't know if you can hear that outside, but there's something squawking. Brooklyn has weird animal nature sounds. I don't get it, but so yeah, I dyed up 3 of these. What else do I have? I dyed up some more Neptunia, one of my favorite colorways that I still have to knit with, but this is it unschemed. So yeah, you remember Neptunia. Oh, and the other thing I want to talk about is I always after I finish dyeing something, I always give it a quick rinse with some dish detergent, but you know, just to like get all the excess color out of that didn't exhaust from, you know, the dye pot or whatever, to prevent any bleeding from. So like when you knit it up and you wash it, there's no bleeding. Sometimes there is, but you know, I just to make sure that it's color fast and everything, I just rinse it a little bit with some dish detergent. But the one luxury that I do is I wash it with Meyer's Everyday Clean. If you don't know them, they're in the supermarket, but they have like the most awesome smells ever. And this time they came out with like an orange clove scent, and oh my gosh, it's not overpowering. It's like a very subtle smell, but it's like all my yarn now smells like this wonderful orangey clove autumn smell. So yeah, I mean, that's a bonus this month, guys. You know. So yeah, that's one. And then so that's on my new superwash merino base. The other one that I dyed up, let me see. Oh yeah, I have Neptunia on Blitzed. And then it looks like, if you guys are new to the podcast, it looks like crap right now because I just have not wound it into a skein. This is going to be neat. I will not send it to you or sell it to you like this. To get a better representation of it, go to my Etsy shop where it's all skeined up and everything like that. So yeah, there's that. And then, let me see. I dyed up, it's kind of similar to my Nevermore colorway, but it's a little more has a different, more depth to it, I think. It's more lavender, dark, goth. This is going to be my gothy goth colorway, I think. I don't know. It's very gothy goth. But like a light, like a dark purple, obviously, but like heathered and shaded. Touch of magenta in there. So there's that. And I dyed that up on Blitzed, and I also dyed it up on Lush, Superwash Merino. Nylon, cashmere. So it's just like a very gothy plum color. So that one. And then the other one that I had fun dyeing up was this one, which is kind of, let me see if I can wind it up so you can see the whole kit and caboodle. Okay. Not my best twist job, but it'll have to do. So yeah. Another one. So it's got peaches, plums, grays, like a gunmetal gray in there, mauve. Are you at all surprised? I'm not. So yeah, it's this one. I have not named the new colorways yet. Why? I just have to sit down and apply myself. So this one, I just kind of had a little bit fun with. I don't know if I'm going to make it a regular, but just like a lime green. Yeah, it's very limey and with like some little peach speckles in there. You can see it. Yeah, it's fun if you like green, bright Slimer green. Oh, and some blue speckles. Yeah, so I had a little fun with that. And then this one was a happy accident. I don't know if I'm going to dye up any more of this, but this will be a one of a kind in the shop. You get red, you got it like a golden brown, and then plum. So might make for some nice manly socks, if you will. So yeah, and then I have more drawing on the roof. So all that stuff there's some new colorways up there too, and then the rest are Outlander. But yeah, all that will be in the shop tomorrow and throughout the weekend. So check that out. I think what I'm going to be doing from now on is updating the shop every Friday. Dennis was actually toying with the idea. He mentioned me. He was like, well, why don't you just update it every, whenever you have yarn ready to go? Why does it have to be a specific date? I don't know. I just prefer to have it on a specific day, just so you guys know, it's like, not that you have to like stalk my shop or anything, hey, if you want to go for it. But this way you just kind of know when to expect a shop update, not that you're checking your phone all the time if you want to go for it. But yeah, so I just like the idea of having a designated day to update my shop. So I know I've been doing it over the weekend because that's when I've only had time to do it. Now I have time to do it, and I just think, why not Friday? I will have Monday through Thursday to like dye stuff, get everything ready, podcast, get you all excited about it, and then update on Friday, because happy Friday, everybody. Yeah, so that's my plan. And what else? Oh, also collaborations. Yes, I will be doing a collaboration with with Laura of Jinx Yarns. She's also the host of the Dyer's Notebook podcast. If you haven't checked it out, do so immediately. She's awesome. She's my friend. She came from Texas to come to Rhinebeck, and we hung out. Sadly, not as much as I would hope to have hung out with her, but yeah. So check out our podcast. We're doing collaboration. Basically, how it's going to go down is she's going to dye up 10 skeins, like a base. Apply a base to 10 skeins. She's going to send those 10 skeins to me. And I'm going to do the same, dye up 10 skeins and then send those to her. And then we're going to finish each other's work. How awesome is that? So yeah, I've never done a collaboration like that. I've never heard of a collaboration like that. She actually came up with the idea. So I immediately was like, yes, let's do it. So yeah, that's coming down the pike. I think we're gonna update our shops towards the end of November. I know it's gonna be a little crazy with Thanksgiving if you're in the States, but yeah, so we're just gonna have fun and make it happen. And the other so more on that next week when we find out more details and stuff like that. but I think that's the gist of it. The other collaboration that I'm excited about is going to be hosted by the FO and Die podcast, hosted by Ellie and Dave, who is awesome, still awesome. Uh, so, yeah, they came up with the idea to do a collaboration where it's going to be me, Ellie, and Laura again. So lots of collaborating going on. They picked it because Ellie's a dyer, I'm a dyer, and Laura's a dyer. Dave thought it'd be awesome to pick a theme. Nothing that's been played out or overdone or anything like, Outlander, Doctor Who, the usual suspects that you see that everyone gets excited about. Not that there's anything wrong with them, we just kind of want something fresh. So Dave started a thread in the FO and Die Ravelry group, where many people who jumped on that bandwagon gave suggestions. Just anything, like nothing having to do with autumn, fall, or anything. Just something a little outside the box. And the theme that we came up with, or that Dave randomly chose out of a hat, apparently, was Seven Wonders of the World. So that is the theme that me, Laura, and Ellie are going to be dyeing on. And the concept was to throw our own spin on it, because every dyer has their own style, their own method, their own insanity, if you will, to dyeing yarn. We thought it would be fun to just kind of see where that goes. Like, we all have the same theme, but how do we go about bringing that theme to life? So that's what we're doing. And I think we have the deadline is in 3 weeks. We're still kind of trying to figure out the logistics of it, but just to get you guys on the radar, I will post a link to the thread so you have, an idea of, where to go and get more info on it. But it's going to be fun. It's definitely a challenge. I was looking at all the Seven Wonders, and I want to do that one, that one, that one, that one. But yeah, choosing just one or all, I don't know. I have to think about it. So yeah, it's going to be fun to see how that all turns out. But yeah, more on that next week. The other thing, let me see. That's it for shop update. Again, I will keep you posted. I'm going to try and get this up tonight. Hopefully I can do that. If not, I'll just go first thing tomorrow. But the other thing that I want to talk about is blather. Halloween costumes, because I've been sewing like a maniac this week. So if you don't want to hear blather, I will see you next week. But stick around, because I've got lots to talk about sewing-wise. I got it in my head that I wanted to go as Cersei from Game of Thrones. If you're not familiar with Game of Thrones, Cersei is Cersei Lannister. She's part of the whole... Yeah, it's not for children. If you're curious, just watch it. It's so good. I mean, it's a little graphic, but I mean, it's a good show. If you're into the whole medieval fantasy genre, if you will. And it's on HBO, FYI. So, I'm going as Cersei Lannister. I will post a photo in here so you know who I'm talking about. But I found all the pre-made costumes were for $50. They were like $50, $60 for the costume. They were bad. They were just kind of cheesy looking. They didn't speak the role. I don't know. So I basically went on a hunt. I was like, okay, well, maybe I can make my own costume. Let's try that route. And surprisingly, I found a pattern through Simplicity. Now, I don't sew. If you follow the podcast, I've tried quilting. I've made a couple of project bags on my own, the bare minimum. I've never sewn from a pattern before. And I saw the pattern, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I emailed my friend, Amy, who designed my wedding dress. It was amazing. I sent her the pattern. I was like, how ridiculously hard or difficult is this pattern to do? And she's like, just get the pattern, and I'll come over and show you how to do it. It's not that hard. I'm like, okay, let's do this. I'll take the challenge. I love a good challenge. So, so I bought the pattern. Oh, and I didn't bring it with me. It's in the other room. But anyway, I will post a photo of it here so you know what I'm talking about. I bit the bullet. I got the fabric. I went to Joann's, which was mobbed, by the way, because everyone was getting their Halloween fabric. And Dennis, the amazing man that he is, waited online. He took a number and he waited on it online for an hour while I got my fabric. And he chose some fabric too while he was waiting. But yeah, long story short, Amy came over this week. She helped me cut out all the pieces, gave me some wonderful tips, and then kind of fed me to the wolves, if you will. She actually didn't realize how difficult of a pattern that I did choose because it's very advanced. And I have to admit, I put this together rather slapdashedly, if you will. But I'm actually super proud of myself. Sometimes I amaze myself. Sometimes sitting on the dress, oh, good times. But yeah, this is the dress. I mean, I wish I could show it to you full length, but I will have to post a photo of it. But this is the top, and then I will just hide that because that's where the sash is going to go, and that's where all my mistakes are. And then it just goes, it's a really super long dress, and the wig is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous wig. It's super long and blonde and totally fake, but it does the job. So, and the sleeves, oh my gosh, you guys, the sleeves are epic. I will I would not be lying if I were to say I want to sew maybe like 5 of these and just walk around my apartment in them because they're so princessy, and I'm all about the sleeves. I love the sleeves. They're awesome. So there's that. And then Dennis picked out some fabric that he's like, I want you to knit a vest, or I want you to sew a vest for me with this fabric because he doesn't like dressing up. And I was just like, you know what? I'll take what I can get. So I also printed out a pattern. I found one online through Simplicity, and guys, if you're new to sewing, don't download and print out the pattern. Buy it, because after about page 40, after the printer spat out page 40, I was just like, why did I do this? And I had to sit there and tape it together at like a puzzle. It was mind blowing, but I did it. And here is Dennis's Halloween vest. It doesn't, I kid you not. I will have to get a photo of him in this, but I mean, can we just talk about the pattern on the back? Cats and pumpkins. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this up. This will be his Halloween vest. Cheesy, ugly Halloween vest. But it's going to be awesome. And the remnants, or the leftover remnants that I have, which are very little because I only got like a yard and a half, I'm shipping to Ellie because she would like them. But yeah, anyway. Our Halloween is going to be so eventful. And I'm not on the screen. Anyway, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, the only thing I have to do with the sleeves are attach the lining, the gold lining, to the long sleeves. So yeah, I might be making more of those just so I can lounge around in princess gear while I'm home. Why not? Renaissance last year I come. So that is this week's episode, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, you can find me on Ravelry. I'm Voolenvine there, Voolenvine. For show notes, visit my blog, which can be reached by going to voolenvine.com. And what else? I'm at Voolenvine on Twitter. I'm Voolenvine on Instagram. I'm always posting photos. And yeah, please join the Ravelry YarnGasm group. Lots of conversation going on in there. If you haven't joined the Mustness Cal, it's still going on. It will be going on forever, indefinitely. Just because, why not? I like seeing your projects, and you clearly love posting photos of your projects. So yeah, there's that. And then also join the Voolenvine Yarns Ravelry thread too. Post your projects. I love seeing what you guys knit with my stuff. So yay. Okay. Until next week. I'll see you next time. Bye.